Hi, I'm Eric, I film on my phone, and welcome to another video. Tonight, Taylor Swift dropped another freaking album in 2020. I'm not mad, I'm not upset, I'm very excited. However, she just keeps doing this to us, and I don't know how much my heart can take it anymore, frankly. I just reacted to the music video, which will have been uploaded before this video because this one will take a lot longer to edit, so appreciate your patience on that. But yeah, tonight is the time to vibe to Evermore. There are 15 tracks that we're going to be listening to tonight. There are 2 deluxe tracks, which I'll listen to when I get the deluxe edition. I know I'm gonna buy it. It's now available to purchase online, so I will be doing that shortly after this recording. But overall, I'm really excited. I watched the music video, already liked that first song, Willow, and we're gonna hear it again very soon because it's the first song, and then we're gonna go into the rest of the album. And I am just so stoked, very excited to hear what new gems we get from this project. I definitely won't catch every Taylor Swift lyric, so if I miss what your new favorite lyric is or your new Tumblr URL, my apologies. I'm trying, I'm just experiencing this new album just like everyone else. Anyways, let's get into it. Track number 1 is Willow, a song I have heard once within the past 10 minutes. So, yeah. This gives me mad Invisible String vibes. I'm rough like on the surface, but you cut me like a knife. That's my man. I already knew that was gonna happen just because of the music video. That's one prize I'd cheat to win. Dang. Wreck my plans. Wait, wasn't that a lyric or a clue from something? I'd come back stronger than a 90s trend. Iconic, instant classic line. Where they gave you scars from where they pulled you apart. You know my train could take you home. Ooh. I love how she says, that's my man right there. Every bait and switch was a work of art. Ooh, every curious turn. Oh, I love how that ends. So that was Willow. And it sounds even better now that I've just heard it by itself. Ooh, that's a lovely song. It's a love song. Like, is this gonna be less story-based and more just like this vibe of, you know, more of her? I mean, at least Willow feels like that, versus like Cardigan was the last lead single, which was very much not about her. And Willow just feels very much about her. And it's really sweet, you know. I want you to wreck my plans. That's my man. And wow. I realized that if you were a Taylor Swift verified fan, right before I think the Long Pond Studio movie was coming out, I know I got like an email saying, hey, use this promo code like to get like that folklore merch early. It's the really expensive ones that was on the site for a few days with like that cool like hoodie, and there was like a cool like, yeah, they had like some cool fancier designs with some of the deeper tracks, I guess, from folklore lyrics on them. And like it ended up going to the main store, but the promo code was wreck my plans. They've been known for a while. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just in awe. We should have known. I thought that was just a joke of like, oh, it's a limited sale, but no, it's actually like a clue to Evermore. Wow. Overall, a lovely sonic track. It sounds a lot like Invisible String, maybe a little catchier. Like I could definitely get that stuck in my head way faster than Invisible String, but it definitely has that happiness and similar like vibes to it, if that makes sense. Track number 2 is Champagne Problems. Interesting. Oh my god, this piano. Feels so raw. I dropped your hand while dancing. Ooh. I love how she says champagne problems. Oh, is this someone going too far with alcohol? This storm was once a madhouse? Oh, is this a college setting? Deck the halls that we once walked through. This bridge is hitting, and I know I'm gonna fall in love with it. She'll patch up the tapestry that I tread. Wow. You won't remember all my champagne problems. Oh, interesting piano outro. So that was Champagne Problems. Interesting song. Really love it instrumentally. I don't really know what it's about. Like, it feels much more story-based. I think it's about, like, the speaker, like Taylor in this case, has a substance abuse problem, and, like, the guy that she's with is trying to, like, propose to her, like, the mom's ring thing. But, like, they're leaving, they're saying goodbye, like, I think they were gonna propose, but then they can't deal with that, like, mental issue of substance abuse. And that's what I get from it. Like, I feel like that's what it's talking about. I think there was a mention of it being the person she's talking to's sister, but, like, the you won't remember all my champagne problems, I think it sounds more like an ex in that regard rather than, like, a family member, because I feel like a family member would be, I don't know, much easier to, like, full on remember and much harder to forget. Definitely a different vibe than Katy Perry's Champagne Problems, that's for darn sure. But, like, I think I'm going to like it, but it's not as easy of a grower as Willow. Willow is, like, instant. Like, I think Champagne Problems will have to grow a bit for me to full on like it, or just for me to actually read the story, like, what it's about, because I'm still a little perplexed. Track number 3 is Gold Rush. Wait, this sounds a little like This Is Me Trying. Oh no. That's a switch up right there. Everyone wants them. I don't like a gold rush. Ooh. With your hair falling into place like dominoes. Oh, I love that line. I'll call you out. Ooh, that beat coming in. I knew it was gonna happen. Is this the bridge? Oh my, no, this is like that part. She said folklore. This intro and the outro are so interesting. So that was Gold Rush. Oh, my only critique is that it's short. I was captivated. Like, the intro, I was like a little like, interesting. Oh, but when that beat came in, like, I fell in love with it. Like, that's already definitely going to be in top tier. Like, if that changes, let me know, because what the heck. Oh, that just felt really good. You know, it's about, I don't like a gold rush. I don't like how everyone really wants you. I don't know if that means that she also wants them. I think so. But she doesn't like that everyone's trying to get them, because she wants them for herself. Like, it just was so captivating. Felt like a dream. And, ooh, The way she used like the similar effects as This Is Me Trying, that's how you know it was going to be good. Oh, I already know I'm going to really like it. Whoever claimed Gold Rush is winning right now. Track number 4 is "'Tis the Damn Season." Okay. Oh, I like this guitar right here. Wanted to know who you were hanging with while I was gone. I would have asked you. It's all the same to you, it's the same to me. It's all the same to you, it's the same to me. And the road not taken looks real good now. Oh dang. The holidays are like bad perfume. Oh dang. Wow. This is wild. Oh wait, this is not necessarily a savage. It might be with a former fling. Oh, call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season. It always leads to you in my hometown. So that was "'Tis the Damn Season." She's gonna make me not get monetization, probably. Okay, fine, Taylor, that's fine. But, like, oh, I really like that one. It's interesting because I thought it really was, like, a song that was, like, oh, I'm staying at my parents' house because, like, I, like, can't stand you right now. I'm leaving. Bye. But it's not. It's a little, like, romantic for, like, you know, like an old friend. Like, you know, like, if Mary's song had come true for Taylor, or the speaker more so, like, someone that they grew up with, and, like, they had that little bit of tension, and she's like, you can call me babe for the weekend. Okay, Taylor. Okay. Definitely not a relatable track for me personally, but, like, it's really catchy and I can definitely see myself vibing to it a lot. Like, I like that, you know, it's dropped just in time for December. Some people are really gonna be thinking this, but remember, you gotta be safe this holiday season. Like, wear a mask. Quarantine with just your main loved ones, please. Like, I get it's been a long time stuck indoors in one place, right? But please. But yeah, sonically, really liked it. Liked the message more and more as it went along. It's nice to have that song exist. It reminds me of, like, a play that I've seen before that's, like, really obscure. But, like, thoroughly just enjoy it. And definitely a good, like, fun, calm track. Track number 5 is "Tolerate It." It's a track 5, so get ready for some tears. Oh. Is this piano we're gonna go with? She's really focusing on them. Use my best colors for your portrait. They're just tolerating her. Barbed wire. You just tolerate it. Wow. So that was "Tolerate It." Wow. First of all, piano, beautiful. As always, from Taylor. We don't think anything less. Like, oh, that hits. Like, I can't quite pinpoint about whether it's a romantic connection or if it's, like, a parental thing of trying to do your best, but it's never good enough for them. I mean, that's, like, the difference. Like, they just tolerate, which, like, I remember we were taught tolerance, like, as an anti-bullying tactic, where you should really just accept them, actually, instead of tolerating. Like, tolerating is like very bare minimum and still like, eh. Like, acceptance is like, okay, like I actually want you here and much more welcoming. So, like, I think her use of tolerate is very intentional, and I really like her use of it. That bridge, there was so much going on there. So, you know, Taylor Swift knows how to do a good bridge, and I definitely cannot register it all at once, but I do really enjoy it. Not fully sure on the message. I heard barbed wire, which was an invisible string again, which was all her past mistakes in barbed wire, and like it's in barbed wire so that she can't touch it, probably because of the two S's that I'm not gonna give any credit to. Ew. So it can also slightly relate to that as well. I know with Hoax, she was experimenting with many different messages in the song, and I think that could also be at play here. Track number 6, No Body, No Crime, featuring HAIM or HAIM. I think it's HAIM. Like, I've listened to their album that's up for Album of the Year this year. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Ambulance? Oh gosh. Okay. A little Wild West. Ooh, storytelling time. Oh, her husband cheating. Just can't prove it. Oh, there's no body, like, there, so no crime. Olive Garden reference. This truck's got brand new tires. I think he did it, but I just can't prove it. I cleaned enough houses to know how to cover up a scene. Cover up a scene? Mistress took out a big life insurance policy. Life insurance? They think she did it, but he just can't prove it. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh, the whisper died? Okay. So that was No Body, No Crime. Wow. We haven't heard that much country since debut album. You know, people were like, it's gonna be some country. Taylor's gonna be here. We finally made it. We finally did it. I could see that like a radio song on like country radio. Wow, that was fun. Very like Before He Cheats, Carrie Underwood-esque. Okay. Okay, that was fun. Yeah. You follow the story. Like, sounds like a guy was cheating with like a rich mistress, and Taylor may have bop bop bop. He's not here anymore. Oh, how did that happen? That was just so entertaining to watch Taylor tell that story. Very much enjoyed it. Like, it's a really fun one. Definitely a little lighthearted because, like, you know, clearly it's not real. It's, you know, taking place in a town that feels very Wild Western or Southern, and she doesn't typically vibe with that, typically. But the sound was so good. So glad that HAIM got to be a part of it. I think it would have been really cool to have, like, HAIM, like, in the song. Like, are they the girl whose man cheated on her? Like, that would be really cool to have them, like, feature more prominently. But I think they did really good backing her up, and, like, they were still recognizable. It was very Dixie Chicks and Soon You'll Get Better-esque. So I did like that. It was still felt very Taylor-esque, but I would have been totally down to have HAIM just vibe on here. Track number 7 is Happiness. I feel like songs that are called Happiness are either very happy, like with Little Mix, or they can be really sad. So I'm bracing. Very peaceful.
I was dancing when the music stopped.
I was dancing when the music stopped. Dang.
I haven't met the new me
I haven't met the new me yet. Dang.
yet. There'll be happiness after you.
There'll be happiness
There was
after you.
happiness
Oh
because
my
of
gosh.
you. My eyes that would have loved you for a lifetime, leave it all behind.
Oh my gosh, this takes place basically right before the one.
Sorry I can't see facts through all of my fury.
Sorry I can't see facts? Wow.
Yeah, there is happiness in our history.
There's happiness in our history.
Make it go away by making you a villain. I guess
She's not gonna villainize them.
it's the you hurt him too.
You hurt him too. It's mutual.
The best I had. Tell me what to give after that.
After giving you the best I had, tell me what to give after that. Dang. Leave it all behind. Wow. I'm speechless. So that was happiness, and it was the latter. It was sad as heck, but it's a little more optimistic, I guess. I feel like it takes place chronologically in the narrative of the one and takes place right before it. Like, she's like, there's gonna be happiness after you, happiness after me, and then it's like checking in later. It's like, I'm doing good, but am I? It would have been fun if you could have been the one, all that stuff. Like, oh, I was mesmerized. It was a long song, but I can see myself vibing to it a lot. Like, it's very optimistic, which I'm a very optimistic person. It's also sad, which for some reason are my favorite Taylor Swift songs too. So, yeah, definitely a vibe. Like, it's a vibe. And there's also a lot of quotable lines in there that I do really like, and I like that she put it into this nice longer song for us to just vibe to. So I'm happy about it, even though it doesn't sound like the character's very happy. Track number 8 is Dorothy or Dorothea. I don't know. Like, it can be pronounced either way sometimes. So let's see what Taylor says. This gives me like updated Dear John vibes. Sounds like it was Dorothea. I've cried nothing but well wishes for you. This is a fun little one. For you, I'd buy anything. Or from you, I think. I love these oohs. They're just really fun. So that was Dorothea. And oh, I really like that one. It was a really sweet love song. We're getting some more happier songs, I feel like, on this album. Like Nobody No Crime is just like more fun, and Willow is more fun, and Gold Rush is more fun, and just the season and all those things. Like, there's definitely some more uplifting tones with it, which is kind of nice. And Dorothea sounds really sweet. It sounds like a love song. It sounds like almost like, is there a triangle in this one too? I could see 'Tis the Damn Season as a triangle with Dorothea. I could see that because like, oh, she's home. She's at her parents' house. And Dorothea's like, the speaker in Dorothea is like, hey, if you ever want to come back, I'm here. You can be by my side. It feels very masculine. I don't know why. But like, I can clearly tell that this is like more of a masculine perspective rather than like Betty, where at first I definitely thought it was like Taylor was like, okay. And it sounds like Dorothea is someone who like made it big or, traveled back to LA, which was in 'Tis the Damn Season. And then like, he's like, oh, if you ever get tired of being known for who you know, like you can always come back to me. And wow, like that's kind of cute. I don't know if it's gonna be a triangle. It might be just be a dual. It doesn't sound like they would have a reason to have a third, but I know a lot of fans were saying Dorothea and Marjorie were very much connected. So who knows? I guess we will find out. Track number 9 is Coney Island featuring The National, which is where Aaron Deshner comes from. Oh, this beat is really interesting.
Looking for you, but you're right here.
Looking for you, but you're right here.
On something delicate, did I shatter you?
Something delicate?
And I'm saying, where did my baby go?
Where did my baby go?
Bright light, close your eyes and it
I love her speed singing.
The question pounds my head. What's a life?
I forgot that there was a feature.
And left you there.
He can go deep like Bon Iver or Justin.
Forgive me.
'Cause we were like the mall before the internet. It was the one place to be.
We were like the mall before the internet.
Gift wraps, a birthday.
Did I paint your bluest skies the darkest gray?
Oh shoot.
With no surprises, disappointments, close
Ooh, I just really like how this sounds. I know I'm being very quiet probably throughout this reaction.
making
You my centerfold. Ooh. So that was Coney Island, and that was 4.5 minutes. I thought it was like 3. Like, good job to The National and Taylor for keeping me very entertained throughout it. I thoroughly enjoyed that song. Wow, like I just really liked it. It was just so chill. It's about some sort of miscommunication. I'm not sure if it's clear how everything happened, but they're both on benches in Coney Island. Is anyone gonna enjoy the rides? I mean, I know it's a pandemic, but like, I assume this is talking about in a time when there's not. Oh, I just really like it. Like, there were so many cool images. I really like the line, we were like the mall before the internet, it was the place to be. Not only is that like so interesting and also connects to August, the meet behind the mall, but also because I'm in the middle of finals, because Taylor Swift does not let me sleep, clearly. And I'm writing a 10 to 15 page paper on malls and its relationship now with the internet existing. So the fact that that's happening at the same time is such an unbelievable coincidence. Like, why? Taylor. But yeah, I just overall really like the images here. Like how their voices go together. It feels very Exile-ish, but like it's a little faster and a little bit more my speed, if that makes sense. Also, I just realized that I was playing the non-explicit version the whole time. Like, that song in particular wasn't explicit, but Champagne Problems, Gold Rush, Tolerate It, Happiness, all of those have expletives, and I didn't notice the whole time. What? Why? I have questions. It makes me sad because I want to know if she dropped random F-bombs. Clearly, she did a good job of covering it up. So I'm just gonna start playing explicit from now, and we're just gonna move on. Track number 10 is Ivy, and it does have explicit. So rip any expletives that were dropped in Happiness, Tolerate It, Gold Rush, and Champagne Problems. I'll hear you not on this reaction, but I'll hear you later. This feels very dreamy. It's been promised to another. My house of stone, your ivy grows on it. Oh, is this kind of like Illicit Affairs Part 2? Can't stop you putting roots in my dreamland. He's gonna burn this house to the ground. Oh shoot. It's been promised to another. It's a blaze in the dark and you started it. So that was Ivy, and I liked that. It feels very similar to Willow, especially since I've really heard Ivy once and I've heard Willow technically twice. So they have very similar vibes right now. I'm sure they'll be more distinct later. And it feels like similar situations to illicit affairs, but with the sound and also like the images like similar to Invisible String. Like it feels very nature feeling, like, you know, ivy growing on stone. Like I think there was something about clovers, very naturey, which makes me think of like all the colors and stuff that she talks about in Invisible String. Like, can definitely see some relationships there. And I liked it. Like, it's definitely a fun little number about someone who's committing adultery. And, you know, I like the contrast between no body, no crime, where, like, they're like, we have no tolerance for that. And now here we're like, it's kind of fun. I mean, this is the fight of my life, but you're the one who started it. Like, it's a little more flirtatious. And okay, Taylor, okay, character, go off. Track number 11, Cowboy Like Me.
Tennis court was covered up with some tent-like thing.
The tennis court was covered up with a tent-like thing. I have tricks up my sleeve. You're a cowboy like me. Who was background vocaling? Sounds male. Is that like an electric acoustic guitar? You're a bandit like me. There you go. The Gardens of Babylon? Girl, you've been doing some reading. Lovely. Okay, so that was Cowboy Like Me. And I think that along with Champagne Problems are the two so far, and maybe Tolerate It to a little bit extent, are the ones I need to like listen to a little more before I develop an opinion on it. Like, I think the song basically is about like, hey, like, I'm used to stealing hearts and running off and never saying sorry, but guess what? You are too. And shoot, I did fall for you, but you still got those tricks, and so now I gotta harden my heart up again. I think that's the vibe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's the vibe I get from it. And it was nice to hear Taylor curse again. She sounds so good doing it. Like, it's her favorite curse word too. But yeah, I think overall I'm going to have to listen to it more. I was a little confused on its structure. I think I'm at the point where I'm a little tired. Not with the album at all. I just am generally, I didn't sleep well last night, and you know I wasn't going to be able to take a nap today because Evermore was dropping at midnight. So basically, it'll probably take me a little bit more getting used to with that song in particular. Track number 12 is Long Story Short. This is one of the ones that I'm very intrigued by, and I'm really excited to find out what it's about. Oh, we speeded up. This is really catchy already. Till your high heels break. Long story short, it was a bad time. Period. I'm all about you. This time I'm ready to fight. All about you. Oh, not keeping score, keeping you warm. Don't get lost in these petty things. Walking in it everywhere you go. Long story short, it was a bad time. Oh, she survived. She survived. So that was a long story short. I think I won. I claimed this one and I won. Like, oh, that's going straight to top tier. Like that, and right now as I'm filming, obviously I'll give you guys my full rundown at the end. But as I'm filming, Long Story Short and Gold Rush are like, oh, like they're up there, like for sure. Like listening to it more times, I'm just gonna love it more. So yeah, there's plenty of others that are probably gonna make a top tier, and also most of them are gonna get on my playlist, if not all. But like Long Story Short, ooh, I like the up thing, like how like it's up paced, it's upbeat. I'm forgetting words right now. And I like that it's like, you know, it's almost like a little bit pop, question mark. Oh, like she did kind of go off. And like, yeah, it's just really fun because, you know, it's very Invisible String vibes. She was inspired. She wanted to be like, this is the optimistic sister of folklore for sure. And like that was so much fun, and she does like a letter basically back to her former self. Like I like it. This song is definitely like about her, and it's really good. And like I really like it. I'm going to probably continuously stream that song. That's so much fun. And yeah, it picks the album back up from some of the slower songs, which is fine to have slower songs, but now feels like we might be going into some more like like quicker songs and songs to close the album strong. Track number 13 is Marjorie.
Never be so kind, you forget to be clever.
Never be so kind that you forget to be clever. Ooh.
Get to be kind.
Okay, so it's reverses too.
I think you were still around.
Think you were still around?
Like you were alive in my head.
You're alive in my head.
I didn't stay. Never be so polite, you forget your power.
Never be so polite you forget your power. And again, reversing it.
Every grocery store receipt, cause every scrap of you would be taken from me.
Every scrap of you would be taken
Watch
from
as you
me.
signed your name, Marjorie, left them all to me. Oh, baby, I think you were singing to me now.
Shoot, I didn't know that lyric, but I did.
I know better, but I still feel you all around. But you're still around.
I know better, but you're still around. Dang. So that was Marjorie, and I'm holding back tears. Like, I don't think I've actually cried listening to a Taylor Swift song for the first time. But my eyes, yeah, there's some moisture there. Wow, shoot, that hit different. Like, I thought it was gonna be a sad song because I looked at the theory of the Dorothy and Marjorie being like the sister that like disappeared. But like the song feels like it's like an older like couple kind of thing. But like, or at least Marjorie's like an older person. And I don't, that name has meaning for me. Shit. Damn. Taylor Swift really got me crying like at 1 in the morning, basically. Like, oh, that, I'm gonna like that song, but I don't think I'll be able to listen to that song very much, if that makes sense. Like, it probably will go to top tier because Taylor made me feel emotions, but like, you can't just do that. Like, yeah, it's a good song. it seems like that person, well, Marjorie, the speaker is talking about Marjorie. Sounds like Marjorie was really like a beacon of like hope and optimism. Like there's so much goodness and so much to be admired, and that they're gone. And it seems very suddenly too, much like a disappearance. So like, dang. Taylor Swift got me in my feels. I don't know if it shows up on the camera that like my eyes are wet, but also like I'm feeling, so it's like a very whole body experience. Wow, that's a first for my channel. Track number 14 is Closure. Oh, we're gonna hopefully get some closure from Marjorie. Girl, what are you doing? I am so confused what the first like however many seconds of this song we're
It's
at.
been a long time, spells out pain.
Seeing the shape of your name spells out pain.
Wasn't right.
Shoot.
But yes, I'm doing better. It cut deep.
Oh, she's doing better.
I know that it's over. I don't need your closure.
I know that's over. I don't need your closure.
Your closure. Don't treat me like some situation that needs to be handled.
Don't treat me like some situation that needs to be handled.
I'm
Shoot.
fine with my I know I'm just a wrinkle in your new life. Staying friends with.
I'm a wrinkle in your new life. It's fake and it's also unnecessary. Ooh. She doesn't need your closure. Oh, this is interesting outro. So that was Closure, and that was a quicker little number. It's like 3 minutes. And it felt almost a little arcadey. Like, yes, I got da da da. Like, that like melody just feels like, I don't know, I felt like I was like playing pinball for some reason. Don't know. That's just in my head. First time listening. It's an interesting number. Like, I like it, definitely. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot going on. And, you know, I think you can apply it to a lot of situations. Like, it could be a relationship or, you know, a business dealing that Swift might have been a part of that she had the short end of the stick on. So, like, it could be about that. Probably is about that. But, like, you could also apply it to a relationship or a friendship or whatever is in your life. Someone who was a good person in your life and now no longer is, and now thinks you're a situation that needs to be handled. But you have a whole life, fam. So you're not just a situation that's gonna get handled, you know? And like, there's definitely like, I liked her, like, I felt like it was a little bit of a feminist take to be like, no, I'm not a situation that needs to be handled, which is like what people think when like a woman's mad or angry. Like, I mean, address the situation, but it's, the problem isn't that the woman's angry. The problem is what they're angry about, and you should fix that instead. Yeah, I think overall I enjoy it. I like the line, I got my tears and my beers and my candles. I'm like, okay, queen, go off. Track number 15, last track on the standard edition. Again, I'll listen to the other two for y'all when it comes out. Is Evermore featuring Bon Iver. Oh, this feels like a continuation of Exile with all this piano.
I've been down since July.
I've been down since July.
More than no catching my death.
Catching my death.
And I could this pain would be for evermore.
This pain would be forevermore.
What I used to fight for.
Can't remember what I used to fight for? Dang.
Cannot think of all the calls.
Me forgetting Bon Iver exists.
When I wish they bragged. I
Oh,
thought of you.
shoot, now they're like mixing.
It was real enough to get me through.
It's real enough to get me through. Oh, now we're back to where we were.
This pain wouldn't be for
this pain wouldn't be forevermore. Ooh, that turn. I do like this piano loop in the background. It's very pretty. That was Evermore featuring Bon Iver. Again, I'm gonna have to listen to that. Like, again, I think like this album will feel more together, you know, when I'm not talking about each song. Like, I think that was what the beauty of folklore is that it's all about different stories, but then it flows together when you're just listening straight through. And I feel like that's how it's gonna be with Evermore. For now, I think I like the song Evermore, and I also definitely like the album for sure. Like, it's so interesting, and I think I need to dwell on it about like what it's about, like where it goes. Because when I was thinking of Bon Iver, I was thinking it was much more, I can see you standing, honey, like very low, but it's very much, I think, all in falsetto there. So like, good for him that he can do that, but like definitely not what I was expecting. And also it came in like later in the song than like, you know, the beginning. So like it took some getting used to, very much like with the National, and how we on the second verse we get like, oh, the National's here, and I'm like, oh, cool. But I think I like it as a closer. I think it works very much as a closer to the album. I feel like it would be weird if it wasn't the closer, if that makes sense. Like, at least on my first reaction. Because, yeah, it very much feels like this pain wouldn't be forevermore. And again, it's that optimism that she likes to put at the end of each album. Like, The Lakes really does that. You know, Daylight does that. New Year's Day does that. Begin Again does that. Cleaned Up, like all of them do it. So, yes. Wow. Very exciting. Very exciting. With that, we have finished this album, and I have to say, so happy that we did it. It was a good time. Don't you agree? Like, these albums are, when I say that, I mean Folklore and Evermore, are probably the two longest reactions I've done on my channel, because like I love Taylor Swift, and I also just like love these albums, and also the albums are just longer. So like, yeah, so it's gonna not be the most fun to edit, but it's really fun because I get to keep listening to these songs, and they're now in our world. And Taylor Swift has released how many songs in 2020? She's gonna release 17 from this, 17 on the other one, so that's 34. And then Only the Young also came out this year. Can you believe that? That Only the Young came out this year. Miss Americana came out this year. The Man music video came out this year. And then 2 other albums. Wow. Couldn't be me. Name another, really, honestly. Overall, I think I really enjoyed it. Like, I think, again, much like Folklore, I'm going to need more time with it, and I think that's just how it's gonna be. Like, I don't think Folklore was really high on my list of like top Taylor Swift albums after just the first listen. I think I needed more time with it, but now it's like top 3 probably. And Evermore, like, I can see it taking time, probably about the same amount of time, just because there's a lot of ideas being played with here. There's a lot more stuff with her, without her. Like, she's just vibing, she's having fun, and I like to see it. It's cool. It's interesting because we don't typically see sequel records from Taylor, and this feels very much a sequel, like a sister. Like, there's songs here that definitely wouldn't have been imagined there. There's some ones that almost kind of get a pop vibe, I think, like a Gold Rush or Long Story Short. I definitely feel that. And then there's songs that go full on country, like Nobody No Crime. Like, she's got something for everyone on here. Like, it's one of those records that, like, if you can't find one song you like, you're not trying hard enough. Like, definitely. Like, there's gonna be some really cool songs that I'm gonna really like from here. With that said, here are some of my favorites. So this is super tentative. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, I'm trying to get this out to you within a couple days of the album dropping. But top tier are the songs that I love, the ones I stand out, the one I'm going to play over and over again. Songs in the middle are other songs I like, I'm going to add to the playlist, but I might not click on them nearly as much. And then songs I don't like, that happens. They're just not really my thing. Doesn't mean they're a bad song, because that doesn't happen in the Taylor Swift universe. Like, it just means it might not be for me. It might not be made for me. Just a style that I'm not a big fan of. Who knows? I don't know. But overall, again, this is going to be super all tentative because it's a Taylor Swift album. I think last time on Folklore, some of my songs that were in that middle tier are now like top tier songs. I think one example, I think My Tears Ricochet was in the middle tier, like just straight up in the middle tier. And then it was like my number 3 most played song this year. So like clearly it was top tier. So I definitely can see that happening in the future as well. If you like this video, please like it. Please let me know what your thoughts are on this album too. Like, would love to know. Please also comment down below what you'd like me to react or listen to next. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later. It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Just smile big, open your eyes. It's storming turtles, it's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Just smile big.